Hello?
Hey, Clarence.
What's up, my guy?
Now, I need your help, bro. Remember that girl we saw at the club about a couple weeks ago?
You talking about Club Atrocious?
We was at Club Atrocious. Yeah. Now, remember the girl I hooked up with?
Hell no, you know I be drinking.
You don't remember? Okay. It was the girl that wore the legging dress. She had the natural quick weave.
Aquafina, nigga?
I knew you would know who I'm talking about. That's what I need your help with, man. She a great girl. I really like her. She cook, she clean. Man, she cook a hell of a pot roast. But it's one problem, man. One major problem, Clarence. And I think you can help me. Remember the other girl that you used to hang out with, Shaniqua?
Fish fry, nigga?
Yes, the girl that smelled like burnt pickle juice. The reason I'm asking you is because she smelled like, bruh, like I said, she is the perfect girl. But making love, it smelled like we making love to the back of a PS4. Man, I was hitting it last night and it smelled like dead fish, Clarence. What am I supposed to do with that, man?
Bro, just do what I did. I bought my girl a Steam.
A Steam?
From Colombian Exchange.
From Colombian Exchange?
Every time, it's fresh as a whistle, my guy.
How much is it, man? This sounds expensive, a boom Steam.
Under a dub.
It's only around $20. Ooh, okay. Man, you know me, I'm cheap as hell. They got any discounts running or anything?
Get 25% off now.
25%?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm doing the math right now.
Add it up.
Clarence, man, you a lifesaver, and what I gotta do?
Oh, it come with easy to read instructions.
Oh, it come with instructions and everything?
For shit show.
I'm happy that you know to go to Colombian Exchange, order a womb steam, and I'll get 25% off of it. No promo code needed.
It's basically a miracle.
Damn, Clarence, you a lifesaver, man. Hey, let's meet on Friday for fantasy football. I know football over, but I can't let it go, Clarence. I can't let it go.
What's up, guys? This is Kyrie with White Rabbit Psychedelics, and I get a lot of questions of, you know, is it safe? You know, if I take a microdose capsule, will I go crazy? I'm a little weary. So I just wanted to do a quick little video on what happens when you take a pill, and just let you know that nothing crazy is going to happen, nothing weird is going to happen. I got a capsule right here. This is pure grade A, you know, psilocybin. I'm going to take a capsule, and I'm going to just show you guys that just nothing can happen. Huh.
The claustrum is a really thin sheet of gray matter in the brain, tucked deep within each of the hemispheres of the brain.
Fred believes the claustrum's central location and shape suggest it regulates communication between the departments.
What happens next is that we seem to observe a radical change in the way that brain regions talk to each other. And it may be within this context that we're experiencing learning and a possible even rewiring of the circuits that govern our behavior. And it may be that it's that radical reorganization that allows people to encounter new psychological insights that they hadn't encountered before.
It's almost like they've seen this like kind of grand menu within their mind that they weren't aware of, that this greater number of possibilities that they can explore.
It's like reprogramming the operating system of a computer. You're getting down to very basic code level changes that can enduringly change someone going forward.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash turned you on to LSD. What was that like? Tell me a little about that.
Oh, how much time we got?
About a minute. But you can do a lot in a minute.
A minute?
Yeah.
Okay, it took the fear of death away.
Really? That's a great answer.
One, yeah.
That's a great answer. But did it hold?
Yeah.
Do you have to keep taking it to not be scared? No, did it hold? Did the lack of fear, the losing the fear of death?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Absolutely. Once you've lost the fear of death, it doesn't matter.
How did it, what happened to you? How did that manifest?
Oh, my dear. Have you heard of the white light? Have you ever heard of that?
Only when I'm going into Jersey.
Well, I went into this place that was the white light, where everything's okay.
Well, I think that's worth taking. Yeah.
And I think it ought to be mandatory that all our politicians should do it at least once.
That's a good suggestion. You know, I remember reading that Cary Grant went on an acid trip also in the old days. So a lot of Hollywood people seem to like LSD.
Yes, and college students and high school students and doctors and lawyers and dentists.
The claustrum is a really thin sheet of gray matter in the brain, tucked deep within each of the hemispheres of the brain.
Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. So, I gotta give backstory for this video because just the way that it's titled in the thumbnail, you probably like, what is this dude on? But I just want to have a real conversation and possibly help one person who is living in a world of delusion or a lack of psychological exploration, right? And the first picture that I want to show you is a picture that I'm showing you. What's fuzzy in your head is clear on the page. And I've been real big into that as of late. And it forced me to do some shadow work. So the night before last, rather, I sat with my journal and I just wrote what came to my mind, right? What was like a block end up becoming a path for me personally. And it's because I sat down and I wrote what was on my mind. And after that, I did that, I got so clear. So today I'm going to react to some videos. I'm going to talk about some stuff. But let me tell y'all what I journaled about. I journaled about a young man growing up in a world with a single mother. I had to journal about that. I had to get clear on that because if you was a man and you was raised without a father, without a stepfather, you seen different men running out your mom's life, you might be okay with that in your soul, but your soul is not okay with that. As a man, what do you want out of a woman? If you was raised by a single mother, you don't have really no clue. You really on some Mary J. Blige shit, take me as I am, because psychologically, you looking at every woman like your mom. So if you can't set standards, if you can't set standards within yourself, because what I journaled was I didn't even have nobody to keep me in check. Like, if you don't have nobody to keep you in check as a man, you don't even know if you improving or you getting worse. Cause your mom got that nurturing, coddling, everything is gonna get better love, while your dad, in theory, is supposed to have these are the steps to make it better. When all that shit don't work, this is what you're gonna have to do. So for me, took me a while to tap into this energy. My rite of passage was prison, because prison, you get familiar with masculine energy real fast. And you either going to adapt or you going to sink. So the night before last, all of this shit is just coming up. And I'm just thinking like, wow. I am setting no standards in my relationship because I don't even want nothing from a woman. I just, just trying to cater, protect, and provide is what they say. And then I'm judging myself based upon my ability to either protect or provide, but I'm not asking a woman for anything. And this is just my personal story. I don't know what other people actually go through. I'm just giving you the overall scenario for me. And the process that I had to take to even begin to see the sickness in me, to begin to say, okay, if things are going to change, this is how it's going to change. And from doing the shadow work, from journaling, got me back over the cauldron, got me back lighting my candles, anointing my candles, before bed, to kind of be guided ancestrally, be guided by my soul, and really have that clarity on how to move forward. And for me, it's never about YouTube or nothing like that. I just kind of use YouTube as a way for me to just journal, another form of journaling, actually. But this episode is going to be more of like a funnier, fun episode. Whether you know that or not, we're going to be reacting to some videos. I got some videos uploaded that we're going to react to. And the question is the age old question. This is the question that, if I'm ever single, or I gotta deal with my sons and them getting into relationships, or if my homeboys ever ask me, what does she offer you? And the question might be, well, what do you offer her? What do you offer her? I think that within the back of my mind, I'm always concentrated on that. Because I'm always focused on what I'm offering, that means that my counterpart can kind of sit this one out, because I'm stressing over it. I'm obsessing over it. I'm always thinking about it. If for some reason I'm creating, because what y'all would notice about shadow work is never your wife's fault. It's never your mom's fault. It's never your dad's fault. It's never your husband's fault. When you do shadow work, I put that shit all on me and my experience. Because even if some foul shit is happening, why did I even allow it? Why did I even attract it? That's when you start to deal with how you was raised. You can't control that shit. You can't manipulate that shit. You can't change it. But it's how you show up today. So in order for me to even get some type of clarity in reference to this quarter moon energy that we've been dealing with, I had to sit down and journal and get clear with my past in a way that I never got clear. And I just journaled so much about so many different situations and so many things that, I'm easily to allow and easily to accept, because the dynamic between son and mother is not the dynamic between husband and wife. And if you don't separate those two dynamics, this is where simps come from, right? The definition and origin of a simp. Internet slang for describing someone who shows excessive sympathy and attention towards another person, typically someone who does not reciprocate the same feelings, in pursuit of affection of a sexual relationship. This behavior known as simping, is carried out toward a variety of targets, including celebrities, politicians, e-girls and e-boys, so forth and so on. So when you talk about a simp, it's like the opposite of a pimp. So what is a pimp? A pimp is somebody who exploits women. A simp is someone who does the opposite of that and just let a woman have everything. The truth is, you gotta have a healthy balance between simping and pimping, or else the relationship not gonna work. You gotta have some macking about you. You gotta have some edge about you, but you can't be going to jail for 20 years to life, right? Because how you going? That don't even make sense. But you can't just let a woman walk into your life and be like, whatever you want. I'm a protector. I'm a provider. All you got to do is kick your feet up. It's soft life era, because that is not anything of structure. That is not going to benefit nobody. So if you're a man like me, you might be confused when shit don't work out in your favor in your relationships, because you haven't done the psychological work to get in behind of how you feel between you and your mom. You can't even really feel any type of way because we doing shadow work. Part of it is just observing the dynamics, and when you observe the dynamics from there, the clarity comes through. Another caveat that I want to set with y'all: the purpose of this conversation is bliss. It's fucked up that black men and black women cannot come together in terms of bliss. And let's do it like we used to do in the old school and put it all on the man. If I'm not in my masculine, I'm not going to be able to attract feminine, maintain, sustain feminine. And if you have a fucked up relationship with your mom, that is a feminine dynamic that's a part of your upbringing. When you dependent on your mom solely as the breadwinner, then you have relationships with women and you say, well, why you need money from me? I know you probably like, Kyrie, what you talking about right now? Why would a man help a woman when his mom didn't need help? He wouldn't. He'd be like, shit, I watched my mom struggle for all this time. Shit, you could struggle too. Now, say for instance, he don't say that for real. He don't say it explicitly, verbally, but you find yourself in some form of struggle because he not leading you. He not giving you no advice. Like, when you with a woman, you'll be like, you should do this. That's what dudes do. Girls be like, I was just venting. I was just venting to him. I didn't need no direction or no guidance. I just want you to hear what I got to say. Why can't I just talk? Because the dynamics is not that. The dynamics isn't just, let's just get with a nigga, fuck on them, and, just coast with it. When you deal with a man, you got to be under his leadership the same way as you go to a job, fam. You don't go to a job like, yeah, I'm going to just come up in this bitch and just act like I run this bitch. You literally have some form of training in leadership. What is the training in the relationship? The training is, how do we reach bliss or happiness? And imagine this. You go into a relationship and you like, whatever this nigga say or never, whatever this nigga do, I'm down and I'm with it. Versus anything else. Like, choose any other reality other any relationship and you tell me it. The link is actually in the chat, right? Tell me any other form of relationship that you desire that is not coming under the leadership of a strong man that's willing to lead you. So that's literally the only option. So then it's like, no, and you're gonna have to explain to me the dynamics of the situation and make it make sense. Because what I'm about to do is make it make sense. What I'm about to say. Don't disagree, but you single or unhappy or can't find a nigga, had a nigga, lost a nigga, right? Trying to figure it out with these niggas. And I'm saying, well, your problem is you haven't found a strong man that preferably been raised by his mom and dad, or he has some form of rite of passage. Like, my mom didn't raise me around my dad per se, but she kept me in different shit my whole life. I was in performing arts, big brother, big sister. She actually kicked me out the house to go live with my dad for some time. Extracurricular activities in school, all that type of shit. And then after all of that bullshit, I went to prison. So I was on a path of learning one way or another, with or without my dad, which is cool. Most niggas though cancel Christmas. He don't got his dad in his life. He don't have no direction, leader, or guidance. The household is a business. The dad is the manager, the one that's like, all right, we doing this today, that today, this today, that today. The woman is the one who dad said we doing this today, that today, this today, and make sure that it all happens. If your household not ran like that, guess what you have? Chaos. Every single day is chaos under the guise of let's get ready for school, let's get ready for work. So tell me how you go to get ready for school, you get ready to work, you go to school, it's a teacher, right? The authority in the class. You don't say fuck the teacher because she telling the class to be quiet. But when a man says, I want it this way, I want it that way, you looking at that nigga like it's crazy, because where's the delusion at? The delusion is that a relationship is a fucking fantasy. So you can skip, jump, hop, bip, bop, and try to find the perfect fantasy. The reality is you never found that shit. If you come into your masculine, you automatically desire the feminine. Matter of fact, nigga, I'm not even gonna go there yet. I'm gonna come here because don't argue with me. Argue with Genesis chapter 2:18. I don't pick and choose. I'm always referencing the Bible. I'm always talking about the Bible in my ministry. And this is part of that actual truth. I'm gonna use the Bible because every nigga got a Bible, and we can do the concordance of it. We can do the history of it. We can deal with the allegory of it. I know this is not an actual thing that is happening. It's more of metaphysical. We can look at it at any direction you want to go to. But when the Bible says it is not good for man to be alone, I will make him a helper who balances him, a counterpart who is suitable and complementary for him. I don't feel like nothing wrong with that. In a world of 9.9 billion people, why do I want to argue with a bitch? On any level, why do I want to argue? Why do I want to fight? Why do I want to go back and forth? I absolutely don't. I only want what is suitable and what is complementary. And I didn't even make it up. Cause me personally, I would take you as I am. That's one of my favorite songs by Mary J. She was down and out and down and out and it might be. So take me as I am. or get nothing at all. That was my shit. Oh, hey, play that on repeat. That beat, I'll be in the whip like, so take ones in the chat. You ever been in the whip vibing out to this? That beat crazy. But that ain't truth. That's delusion. Ain't no man gonna take you as you are, because your man is not your grandma, grandpa, mom, dad. Your man have an opportunity for something special in his relationship. A relationship is an opportunity for bliss or happiness. So when we talk about happiness and you say this thing made me happy, that's not the happiness in a Sanskrit way. In the Hindu Vedas, Upanishads, and Bhagavad Gita. So this is more or less deeper than the Bible. Because, sometimes it might be like the Vedas might say something, the Upanishads might say something else, and the Bhagavad Gita might say something else completely. But all three of these niggas agree, hey, this is what it is. So the more arguing of working hard and putting on makeup and showing a good face to a nigga and acting like you want a relationship, but you not ready to come under his leadership, you only fooling your motherfucking self. And I mean, and I don't even care who it pisses off, because somebody need to hear it. Somebody need to understand some truth. I'm not going to get on this YouTube channel and lie or talk about bullshit. You might have a good ass job and you want to start a business. Don't fucking start a business, my guy. Keep them direct deposits coming. You feel me? Them direct deposits is the best thing you got going. Because these niggas call me a black ass son of a bitch every single day, knowing I'm trying to support kids. How you going to attack a person that's trying in business? What's in business? If I don't make money, niggas don't eat. So if it turned around and doubled back around and they say, Kyrie, we got this good ass job, I don't know. I might take that shit. We're giving you $500K to sit in front of a computer and shake your ass. I might shake my ass a little bit. Just saying, that's just me. I understand the truth. Shit, it ain't better to own your own business versus to get a job. It's just a preference. My brain actually can market an idea. I know how to use a computer. I know all the apps. I'm incredibly tech savvy. I've been on the computer every fucking day, all day since I was fucking 16. I took a break when I went to prison, got back out, back up on that shit. You feel me? Back like I never left. I'm tech savvy as fuck. So I was at work with 3 screens and my own laptop. I would be doing YouTube shit and IT shit at the same time. Motherfuckers would be like, you half-ass with this IT shit. And I'm like, I know I be doing the most for real. Y'all don't see my tabs that I be having open. I'm in fucking a fucking call center looking up Abraxas. They like, Kyrie, you not supposed to be doing that on our computers. I'm like, I'm working on a fucking video for later. Y'all gotta chill. I would be in there like, y'all don't know who I am. I'm the Hood Mystic. The truth is, I could handle it. Once I quit my job, I was already knee deep in some money doing the internet stuff. If I wasn't making money doing the internet stuff, if I wasn't the Hood Mystic outside of the internet, I wouldn't nowhere near dream of quitting my job if I ain't making no money. If I don't, I'm not about to quit a job if I don't got another job lined up. That's the truth. Don't dream for a better tomorrow and you got some motion right where you at. Stand right where you at. And if you got 2 hands, start with you got to get your goddamn crack wrist motion together. Y'all ain't never whipped crack before, I can tell. So if your right hand have a motion, you got to figure out how to make your left hand and right hand have motion at the same time. You can learn, but make sure before you hop out that water over here, ain't nothing spiritual about being homeless and being broke because you had a pipe dream. That's what's going to happen. Raised by my mom, you would be, I used to think just prayer works. We was praying every month to pay the bills. You ain't supposed to pray every month to pay the motherfucking bills, man. At a certain point, the bill, you should have worked enough or done enough to where that ain't something that you got to pray about. It's just something that is. But if you don't have the masculine energy to say, I needed that as a young boy. My mom needed that. She needed a man to come in and say, look, this is how we going to run this house. And she needed to be the woman to say, okay, Kyrie, this is the man. You're not going to like it. You're going to rebel. I'm going to rebel. It's in our nature to rebel, but we have to be under masculine leadership. It's just the natural order of things. We can't just be willy-nilly out here in these streets. So does a woman like you for real? That's my question. Does she love you? Does she care about you? Is she willing to not rebel against your leadership for the purpose of happiness? Ananda signifies eternal bliss, which accompanies the ending of the rebirth cycle. Those who renounce the fruits of their actions and submit themselves completely to the divine will arrive at the final termination of the cyclical life process, samsara, which we talked about earlier in the week when we were talking about reincarnation, which is mad crazy because you don't love God and you won't find the divine will. You will just kind of be on this cycle of doing you, trying to be the best version of you, and you didn't even create yourself. You couldn't never create yourself because you don't even know the components of what makes you. Nate, what's the nerves in your foot? How was them made? You know how that made? How was your knee made? You know how your knee was made? How your ass get so fat? Tell me that. For sure wasn't a BBL. It was fat asses in the world before BBLs, believe it or not. That's why a lot of girls got BBLs. Remember, I used to tell y'all the meanest girls is girls with flat booties, because flat booty girls be looking at girls with fat booties their whole life and just can't stand their ass because they look at all the men treat the girls with the fat booty super good. And they like, I hate that bitch. And then like, fuck it. You can't beat them, join them. Like, wait a second, it don't work like that. It's a whole bunch of shit going on in the minds and hearts of people that's like, yeah, everything is about, freedom. And I just need to get out of this job so I can be free. I just need to leave this nigga so I can be free. I just need a fat booty so I can be free. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? What is y'all? What the fuck? Do y'all niggas not read books? Like, none of that shit is going to bring you freedom. To enjoy eternal bliss and perfect union with the Godhead. The tradition of seeking union with God through loving commitment is referred to as devotion. All of these words you can incorporate in the love that you have for the nigga that you let and smash your guts, is all that I'm saying. Don't let them smash your guts to oblivion, but don't be devoted to him, because that don't even make sense. You looking for another nigga to smash your guts after he's already smashing your guts? Oh, you don't love him, you don't like him, you can't stand him, but yet he can get some pussy? Why won't you just be completely devoted to your partner? Enjoy eternal bliss with your partner and perfect union with your partner. Why not? Why won't you use those words? Because you playing? You know you playing? Stop playing. Ananda is a sacred Sanskrit word regarded as a verbal noun, nanda, prefixed with a, which indicates the verbal action occurs. For example, asrama, where one tolls, arama, where one enjoys himself, akara, where things are scattered, etc. The word a nanda thus implies a locus that in which one finds bliss, be it a son, the fulfillment of a wish, the knowledge of a Brahman, or the Atman. Ananda is not just a free floating, unfocused bliss. It has an implied object. So you don't just say, I'm just going to be happy being random, just doing shit, traveling the world. No. If you want to be in a relationship, you want to be under the order of said relationship and doing the things. Because it's one thing to say, this nigga not shit, this nigga not a leader, and you know you're the person that's not implementing his leadership. If he's asking you to be consistent, if he's asking you to do the thing, if he's asking you to clean or whatever the case may be, and you're like, nah, because you know you can't then double back and enforce the shit that he's asking. Because you're not even looking at the relationship like you would look at your job or you would look at your school. You are looking at it as a free floating, unfocused bliss. And you cannot contain that. You can't. If that was a butterfly, you would lose it every fucking time. Love it, like happiness, all the shit that you want is not random. It's not if you pray, it's not if you get enough money, it's not none of that. It's if you are willing to be his helper, the one who balances him, his counterpart who is suitable and complementary for him. See, nobody really gonna want to have this conversation for real. People gonna not have it and go into bliss la la land. And I'm only speaking to one person who has a fucking chance. Because the reality is most of y'all don't even stand a fucking chance because you already committed to the delusion. You think you gonna come into a relationship and a nigga is going to help you. Keep it a buck. You waiting for a nigga to do something for your ass. Ain't that the normal shit? I want a man to have this. I want a man to does this. I want a man to hit this. I never ever hear, I'm ready to be this man's helper. I want to be suitable and complimentary to him. I never hear that. Never. The King James Version says, and the Lord God said, because y'all might have not heard that verse. You definitely have heard this verse. Same verse, but different verbiage. I like to amplify because it's more English, it's more understandable. But the King James Version is very famous, right? And the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. I used to think that was like a piece of steak or something. What the hell is a helpmeet? I never had that. Where you get that from? Chinese food restaurant. Hey, y'all got any helpmeet? Gotta get some helpmeet and broccoli, that gravy, some rice, type shit. I talked enough. Let's get into these videos. Let's react. Because y'all done got the backdrop. Y'all done got the theme. We done laid it out. Each video, nothing is more than a minute. I'm going to just let them play out. And then we're going to react afterwards. One's in the chat if you're enjoying the show. One's in the chat if I triggered you. Because I'm trying to trigger you so you can begin to ask yourself serious questions. Am I just with this nigga for the fun of it? Am I just deep and spiritual and playing with this nigga's life? Or am I in his life to really help him and really be and accomplish bliss and happiness? This man is my implied object to which I am going to focus all my love and happiness by being under his leadership and tutelage. And I'm not going to be delusional, right? Let's talk about it.
Just because a person, specifically a woman, is not contributing financially does not mean she's not bringing anything to the table. A woman runs a household. She might take care of your kids. She might make sure you are okay. She might be fucking your funky ass at the end of the night. She might making sure your household is peaceful. She is, yeah, your be funky sometimes, them nasty ass.
I smell it now.
Okay? Literally. A woman will literally run the fuck out of a household, and then as soon as you get your money, 20 years later, your funky ass want to go marry your nasty ass secretary that's been sucking your behind closed doors at the office for the past 2 motherfucking years, and not your woman that's been loyal, that's held you down, that it took care of your kids. It's suddenly, oh, this don't deserve nothing.
True, though.
Take 50% every time. Why would it?
I for sure got to run that back because I wonder how we got from 0 to 60 real quick. So allow me to run that back because old girl was either tweaking or she was on some shit. Let's run it back because she lost me a little bit.
Just because a person, specifically a woman, is not contributing financially does not mean she's not bringing anything to the table. A woman runs a household. She might take care of your kids. She might make sure you are okay. She might be fucking your funky ass at the end of the night. She might making sure your household is peaceful. She is, yeah, your be funky sometimes, them nasty ass.
Okay, I see what she was doing. Don't do that, ladies. Don't minimize a nigga who is paying your bills. Don't say just because you work and then I maintain the house and cause that ain't shit. If it's people who make millions of dollars and their wife still doing shit. So y'all gotta be able to explain that shit. Because if you talk about money being enough, how much money is enough? How much money do your nigga make? And how does that clarify it to be enough? He not making enough money if he still got to wake up and do the thing that he's doing. So stop that shit. Stop saying, I take care of the house. That ain't nothing. That's nothing to say that you do. Be tangible. Be realistic. Be matter of fact in reference to how are you growing the business. Kyrie, why do you keep saying that? Love is law and family is business. Period, point blank. I'm gonna go to a next one because I can't do that.
What do you bring to the table?
That's a very good one. Very good one.
We want to go around the table with that one.
So, okay, I'll add a caveat to that as well,
sure,
right?
go ahead.
So, for example, what do you bring to the table outside of sex?
But what does she bring to the table besides that?
Well, I'm asking you the question.
How it works.
I have an answer, but I would like to know yours. Okay, so I'm definitely supportive. I'm definitely ambitious, and I like to be a part of your idea. So I can say comprehensive. Yeah, I got my emotions sometimes and I want to say my opinion, but overall, like, I have really good intentions. I want to see you grow. Because if you grow, I grow. Obviously good sex, great communication, and I'm definitely adventurous. So I'm fun. I'm ambitious.
All right. Like, you just want to be my man. You need the support system, and I'm all about my man.
I know Like, it's cool to be a girl and to just be random about how you look at life, and especially relationships, especially if you look halfway decent. You have a 360-degree panoramic view of dicks. But you need to start really getting into some clear tangibles of what you bring to the table. Do you manage money? Do you invest well? Do you have a portfolio? Do you understand numbers? Do you understand budgeting? Could you turn 1K to 2K through effective budgeting? Do you save money? Like, the things that I buy, do you know how to like get it for cheaper? Do you got a Sam's Club membership? Um, like, what does 20 years look like for you? What is your passion? What do you want to do with your life? Like, what do you want to do? Who do you want to be? Right? Because I'm gonna tell you, when you ask women these questions, just in general, this is what you're going
What
to
do you bring to the table?
That's a very good one. Very good one.
We want to go around the table with that one.
So, okay, I'll add a caveat to that as
Yeah,
well,
sure,
right?
go ahead.
So, for example, what do you bring to the table outside of sex?
But what does she bring to the table besides that?
Well, I'm asking you the question.
How it works.
I have an answer, but I would like to know yours. Okay, so I'm definitely supportive. I'm definitely ambitious, and I like to be a part of your idea. So I can say comprehensive. Yeah, I got my emotions sometimes, and I want to say my opinion. But overall, like, I have really good intentions. I want to see you grow, because if you grow, I grow. Obviously, good sex. Great communication, and I'm definitely adventurous. So I'm fun. I'm ambitious.
All right. Like, you just want to be my man. You need the support system, and I'm all about my man.
What I'm saying is, you could tell that they never really thought about the shit. And the difference between a man and a woman is that a nigga will sit and think about something all fucking day. A nigga is very thoughtful about some shit, right? You might ask a man a question, and it might break him down and cry, because ain't nobody ever asked him no shit for real, in reference to how much he thinking about the relationship and how much he love you and how much you want to grow his family and what he wants you to do. I'm gonna tell you some real shit. You ever wondered what a man is waiting for, or what he's looking out, what he wants out of you? He wants you to actually get it. He wants you to wake up and just get it. That's all he wants. Because I'm sure if you're in a relationship with a man, he have talked to you a lot. If there's any women in this chat and you in a long-term relationship with a man, one's in the chat if you and your man talk a lot. Men got a lot of shit on their mind, a lot of shit in their heart. But what we don't have is black women with the heart to want to follow. You think it's cute when he talking, or interesting when he talking. He is talking to instruct and to lead and to guide, because it is in his nature. What confuses this is the 360-degree view of dicks. But that's like a layer of niggas. That's a whole layer of niggas. Outside of that layer of niggas is niggas who don't got their dicks out. Trust me. I remember being a nigga with his dick out and being a nigga who don't have his dick out. It's two different types of niggas. And as a nigga who don't have his dick out is never going to stop the niggas that's surrounding every single woman with dicks out. As a woman, you have to understand that, oh, this is that 360-degree view, panoramic view he was talking about. These are just the dick out niggas. All you got to do is duck, right? Duck beneath the dick and walk under the dick between the legs, right? Stand up. Now you got a whole view of niggas who got shit going on. But tell me how you gonna get to those niggas if you entertaining the dick out niggas. Some of y'all don't understand what I'm talking about. Some of y'all do understand what I'm talking about. So the ones that understand what I'm talking about, y'all gonna have to be my TAs for the day.
Woman provides for the man the motivation, the inspiration, the desire to go out and provide. And only a woman in her feminine can attract the man in his masculine. And when that happens, bliss.
I want y'all to watch this video again. Towards the end, he gonna make a motion like he jacking off these women. And this is what I want y'all to understand. That's what he doing. He jacking y'all off. Because it's a half truth. Masculine and feminine, right? But provide, the hunters and gatherers, they were hunting and providing. The women were gatherers, though. It's called hunters and gatherers, okay? So, yes, the men provided and protected, but the women also did gather berries and nuts, which was just as important as the meat. And a nigga would be going for 4 days looking for meat to provide his tribe. And it was a whole group of men. So, provide, yes. But bitch, are you gathering? What are you doing? Being feminine? What does that mean? Don't let this nigga jack you off.
Woman provides for the man the motivation, the inspiration,
That's intangible. Motivation, inspiration. That's not something that you can bank on. You thinking that you motivating a nigga and inspiring a nigga, but really you aggravating them. Because it's intangible. You better get underneath and inner, like you gotta just connect so deeply to what that man wants, what that man needs, and do that shit. What the fuck? Don't just say, I came here to inspire you and motivate you. I'm about to sit here and watch this Netflix show and binge watch it. Bae, are you inspired, motivated yet? My nigga. That's bullshit, ladies.
Woman provides for the man the motivation, the inspiration, the desire to go out and provide. And only a woman in her feminine can attract the man in his masculine. And when that happens, bliss is what it's called. Bliss.
It's a cruel world we living in.
A lot of you are saying that you wouldn't feel comfortable submitting with a man that doesn't take care of the finances. Respect. But then you turn around and say the money don't matter. That's kind of a contradiction. Here nor there.
That'd be the crazy shit. That's the reality. This is the reality. This is the sad part about it. When you in a relationship and there's no leadership, there's no guidance, there's no respect, and there's rebellion, that lack of leadership and all of that, what it just kind of breaks down to, all of the work that you put in the relationship, what it breaks down to is a bitch saying, I don't give a fuck about that. That's what it is. You could be with a woman, protect, provide, all of that. But if she's not under your leadership or guidance, all of the things that you're doing is in vain. Because when you have a conversation, say for instance, your girl's mad. And you like, girl, I pay the rent. I'm working. I'm doing this. You think you telling her that shit is going to stop her from being mad? Yes or no? I'm going to answer it for you. It's not. This is why you can be a fucking millionaire, a gazillionaire, a trillionaire. If she didn't come there for leadership and guidance, she's not going to give a fuck about your gazillions. I can do better. I can find a nigga. I can do this. I think I got some videos on Twitter. Let me check my Twitter first. I'm gonna get on Twitter. I could get on Twitter and it'd be some porn. I'll shut my whole channel down. But I think I got a video on Twitter that's speaking to this, or maybe I don't. No, I don't. Yeah, and I got some crazy shit on here. I think it was like Lala Anthony or something like that. And she was just like, yeah, I'm just like, I just can do better. Like, how you gonna do better than Carmelo Anthony? The nigga is 6'8". One of the all-time greats. You gonna get a nigga that's 6'9", a nigga that's 6'10"? Like, what do you mean by better? More money? Carmelo a multi-millionaire? Yeah, it'd have been easy if I stayed in a relationship. That'd have been a good thing to do. But Carmelo Anthony, if a bitch is leaving Carmelo Anthony, how do any nigga stand a chance? If she want better than Carmelo Anthony, I'm just saying, I don't stand a chance within my relationship if my woman is not trying to actually be with me. And what I mean be with me, if I have a purpose for my life, if I have a direction for my life, let's do that. If you don't understand that, if you don't get that, then you don't understand family. And if you want to rebel against that, you're actually perpetuating the destruction of the black family that's taking place worldwide. And this is something that we can see, we can bear witness to in every black community.
A lot of you are saying that you wouldn't feel comfortable submitting with a man that doesn't take care of the finances. Respect. But then you turn around and say the money don't matter. That's kind of a contradiction. Here nor there. I'm not trying to trigger anybody. So what I'm saying is, what is a man's incentive if he's done more in his life and been better in his life and been better to you and able to open up doors that you cannot open up for yourself? What is his incentive for doing more than, quote unquote, some broke ass baby daddy did? Because if you're going to fuck, suck, cook, and clean the same way you did with your broke ass baby daddy, and then you come to this man that is empowering you, that is teaching you, that is pouring into you, and you're coming with the same thing, well, baby, you trying to go to the damn Benz dealership with Nissan money. It makes no sense. So where does he get some leverage other than the fact that he...
It's two different worlds out here. It's the sexual marketplace, and then it's people who really want relationships. And if you really want a relationship, that begins to be like all of the work that you do, like inner work, like being at the gym, being the best version of yourself. Like, you got to practice by yourself, because when you get with somebody, say for instance, you find a guy, right? And you don't practice being the best version of yourself, and you have like these things that you do, you know, that's fucked up, for a lack of better words, like whatever it is. When you with the dude, you're not actually gonna be with him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you want to like do that thing, whatever that thing is, right? It could be a whole list of things. However, if you, on the flip side, just start living like somebody is always there watching you. So if you want to get married, right? You know, in your heart of hearts, you want to get married. Your husband have to be with you when you start having a period, actually, right? In essence, when you do find that man, you have sort of kind of like this regret, like it's actual memes about it. Like, damn, like, why you let all these niggas, you know, what was you doing? Like, you supposed to have been waiting for me type deal. So in essence, a woman might know, like, this ain't my nigga for real. This just some dick. Like, women know that. But like, it's still gonna go down, right? This is my boyfriend. He kind of crazy. He don't got shit going together. But that's my man for the moment. And when it's over, it's over. She already have her apartment, everything. She up out of there. She blocked the nigga, everything. Like, this happens all the time. When you do, but then these be the same people that will then say, I want to get married and I want to fall in love. Your husband is a spiritual aspect of you. Your wife is a spiritual aspect of you. So how you conduct yourself before you meet them is the most important thing. So sexually, that shit is just happening. Then when we get to marriage, we try to act like no harm, no foul. What you don't see don't hurt you. What he don't know don't hurt you type deal. But it plays out psychologically one way or another. So I'm just trying to give y'all some game, because it ain't going to be no fairy tale love romance. It's only, and trust me, the thing about having a man that do everything you want him to do, the trips, the dips, the flips, the crips, right? Never make nobody happy. But bliss and happiness is based upon a program. It's based upon order, structure. It's not free floating. It's not whatever your heart desire. It's not because I work at this job, all I need to do is quit this job. And when I quit this job, start my business, I'm going to be happy. That's not true.
Because that's all guys want.
That's that outer layer of men. But then I could be this dude with my dick out, but also be a different dude that's willing to like have a long relationship, just depending on the type of woman that you are. I'm ready to have a successful relationship. Meaning I'm ready, like, your mentality when you get to a job. When you get to a job, you like, all right, what do I need to do? And then you do what you need to do. And then people will be like, good job, or you could do better at this. In your relationship, you can't tell your woman like you need to do better at this. It's an argument. Y'all are equals. Y'all are partners. No, it's no leader in the relationship. If there's no leader in the relationship, there's no order in the relationship, meaning that it's all chaos. It's all emotionally driven. And when it's emotionally driven, the spaces in between high or low emotions are just spaces where you and your girl are zombies to one another. But if there's leadership and direction and guidance, then there's just specific things that y'all are doing every single day to maintain the structure and the order of the relationship. The emotions based upon you liking or loving, and that will drive the whole ship. And sometimes, most of the time, it actually crashes the ship.
Now, let me ask this question while Sarah is sitting back down. If a guy were to say to you, what can you offer me that I can't do for myself? What would be your answer? We'll start over this side this time.
I would say peace.
Mm.
I think that's what most guys need.
Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, peace. We don't want to hear that bullshit. We don't want to hear all that goddamn screaming and yelling and talking crazy and shit. And you're right.
Peep the similitude, because I'm a big guy. Big guys are notorious for being simps. He asked this young lady, what is something that you can do that guys cannot do for themselves. And this young lady said peace. And the fat simp dude said that is true. So you mean to tell me I can't have peace by myself? Somebody please make that shit make sense. It makes no sense to me. And the only thing I can attribute it to is that she was attractive and he was on the heavy side. Fat niggas and cute girls is like oil and vinegar. It's whatever she say, and we'll be having standards. Like, tell me something that you can do for a man that a man can't do for himself. And she said peace. I know for shit show 100%, a million percent that I can have peace by my motherfucking self. I know I've experienced it before. So you gotta try again, man. In the comments, please help me out because this is crazy. In the chat, help me out. What is something that a woman can do for a man that he cannot do for himself outside of sex? Because I cannot help myself.
Now, let me ask this question while Sarah just sitting back down. If a guy were to say to you, what can you offer me that I can't do for myself? What would be your answer? We'll start over this side this time.
I would say peace.
Mm.
I think that's what most guys need.
Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, peace. We don't want to hear that bullshit. We don't want to hear.
You're absolutely correct. All right, last video. I'm gonna get up out here. This is some shadow work, so should have had a trigger warning. Got to make a video for a trigger warning because these real conversations people don't be prepared for, or truthful shadow conversations where it's just simple. It's simple, it's easy, but it's the shit that nobody has ever done. It ain't nothing that, like, you gotta sit and think about some shit for a second. Damn, I really want these men to kiss my ass, and they don't kiss my ass hard enough, so I just get rid of them. Damn, I really want these men for a bullshit reason. I don't want to be under no man's leadership. I don't even know how to find a man leader. I be on fucking Plenty of Fish looking for niggas. Is the leaders on Plenty of Fish or no? Is my baby daddy a leader? Should I follow his lead? It's a bunch of renegade, rebellious ass energy that would need to be tempered. And I personally can't do it. So I'm not even speaking to everybody. I'm speaking to people that have a chance, people who haven't crashed out yet over a nigga. Like, emotionally dysregulated your relationship hormones over somebody that wasn't even a leader. You just liked his ass. You thought he was cute. So fuck sex, right? I wish sex was a secret level of life that only got unlocked once you establish a mental and emotional connection between masculine men and women, and then masculine men and feminine women. Then we discover sex, because people deal with sex first and then try to build relationships after. And that's like trying to take a bath before you get into the bathroom. The logic of it just defies gravity. But somehow the way of the world, we have managed to do that. So my thing is, a successful relationship should not be in a balance on whether this nigga can fuck you good or have enough money or all of these existential things. I feel that if we were able to connect with God and have a perfect relationship with God, then that will attract or allow us to maintain and sustain our relationship between our men and women. But I personally feel that God is outside of these conversations. outside of relationships. When I say God, I mean your soul. People do not really factor God being within them. I'm just typing something. I didn't even say this, but like the video if you haven't liked it already. Share the video if you haven't shared it already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. So now we pulling from the Gnostics, and it is read, if I can find it. Jesus said, if those who lead you say to you, see, the kingdom is in heaven, then the birds of the heaven will go before you. If they say to you, it is in the sea, then the fish will go before you. But the kingdom is within you, and it is outside of you. When you know yourselves, then you will be known, and you will know that you are the sons of the living Father. But if you do not know yourselves, then you are in poverty, and you are poverty. So if you can't attract a basic relationship, you don't know yourself. If you want a relationship, can attract a basic relationship, you refuse to know yourself, you refuse God. And when I say refusing God, you refuse the kingdom within you. You actually believe that the kingdom is outside of you. There is a supernatural force within you that can attract good things and repel bad things. This is what I build my life on. This is what I teach other people. This is what I stand on. And you can't figure it out, then you can't figure it out. What I can't do is know you more than you know you. Because the Gospel of Thomas, Logi number 3, says, if you don't know yourselves, then you are in poverty, and you are poverty. And when you love somebody and you care about somebody and you want to be in a relationship with someone and they don't know themselves and you are trying to know yourselves, or you want to deal with the kingdom in heaven, it's just not going to work. Because poverty is poverty is poverty. And God is God is God. Is riches and prosperity, is bliss and happiness. When I was journaling, I was like, man, life don't have to be bad. Life don't have to suck. Life can be great in this moment. When you become acquainted with yourselves, then you will be recognized, is another way of looking at it. Don't ever be so caught up on a situation with a person, especially a situation where you lose yourself and you feel like that person, you lost that person. Hey, man, at a certain level, you got to be like, fuck that. Build your relationship with God, and you will find somebody. Somebody will find you. But when I say build a relationship with God, that means you doing everything you need to do to improve your life, improve your standing. You got every day to do good shit. And, however long your life is, it will reflect on the things you did, good or positive. So if you're not doing the things that allow you to become acquainted with your true self, then, you just sitting back, listening to Mary J. Take Me As I Am. Ain't nobody got to do that. No nigga got to actually take you as you are. That's not something that a man have to do. You may want him to do that, but he don't got to do it. Make sure he getting the best version that he possibly could get. And you will understand that it is you who are the children of the living Father. So you are a reflection of God. But if you do not become acquainted with yourselves at this level, then you are poverty, and it is you who are the poverty. This is earlychristianwritings.com, and they have like these breakdowns of the Gnostic text, which is pretty dope. But yeah, just wanted to let people know that you are God. So when you not God, you probably on some weird single shit. So get off that train, right? Your relationship is God, and how you act in that relationship. If God is the leader, if your soul is the leader, you listen to the leader. You don't rebel against your soul, and you make sure that the man you're dealing with have a relationship with his soul by his fruits, and you listen to him and you be under his leadership, especially if he's a great man. If he's a good man, a great man, respect him. Seek his guidance, seek his leadership, and treat him like he's a supervisor. Make sure you do a good job. When you asked me to do that thing you wanted me to do, did I do a good job? Or because you know, the sad part about love and relationships is that this take me as I am energy is also bare minimum effort. And that's what most men is going to get in their relationship under the guise of rebellion. And I don't give a fuck about your money. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm mad. I'm unhappy, Never had the heart to even respect you or be under your leadership or guidance. That was never in their heart. They never reflected on it. They never wished to do that,
Yo, it's honestly so sad that the only things girls have to offer nowadays are BBLs and pussy. That's it. Dense as fuck. Don't got it. One fun personality in your bone. Don't do things to help your partner out. Just straight BBL and wuss. It's like a Barbie doll, bro. You might as well get a toy nowadays. You'll get more out of that than you do out of these bitches, because these bitches will stress you the fuck out and offer you BBL wuss. Ain't worth it. Like, what more do you have to offer than a nice body? I'll let y'all sit down with that thought. Sad. Y'all stay safe, though.
Treacherous treachery, atrocious behavior. We need to chill, relax, take a deep breath, and make sure you're in alignment with what that man needs for the day. If you can't be that strong in your relationships, you need to just take a step back. Because what's the point of being with somebody and disrupting a actual dharma? Just being there because for whatever reason. If he got in his heart leadership and direction, in your heart, you should have submission and being able to follow. Other than that, you can't even verbalize. You can't even verbalize what you can offer to a man. You might say words, but it's not universal. Universal, all men, all 4.5 billion of us want that.
We don't want to be inspired or motivated. We want somebody that has a heart to listen, a heart to respect, and that will inspire a man to lead, or even better, when he knows he's not leading, to do soul searching and reflecting work and counselship to God and ancestors and elders to help direct his family. Sometimes men don't know that they need God, or know that they're lacking in leadership qualities. And this is why their woman is about to leave them, or why their woman isn't happy. Because he might be tuned in and tapped into his simp nature, trying to make a woman happy. And that will drive a man crazy, right? He's doing everything to make you happy, but he's not leading you or guiding you, and you're not happy in the relationship, so much so you want to leave him. And think about that. He's trying to make you happy. He's not making you happy. And you still want to leave, and the relationship is over sooner or later. What's the actual solution to this? I'm not ever trying to make no woman happy. And that's why a woman might be unhappy with me. But I'm always trying to lead, and I'm always trying to direct, and I'm always trying to guide. Because I'm always following God, and I'm always seeking instruction from God. And so every video is me regurgitating or reiterating my instruction from God. I speak from the heart, and I speak with a level of truth. What I see and what I deal with is rebellious ass thoughts. My life in general. It took women to come into my life with this spirit for me to even begin to understand the purpose of who God is and what God represents. I found that through a woman. I found that through the necessity of me to lead and to guide. I found that the need to reflect and meditate and journal and become the best version of myself, and to exercise and all of that. I found that through submission. So like, even to the point where you submit unto God and you just allow God to speak to you. You allow your soul to speak to you, or allow your soul to guide you. That is a real energy. So I'm just offering that to y'all in a space where niggas just think they know everything and can make all the decisions, but not even happy in their relationship. Don't even have a girl that's down for them, that they can depend on. None of that type of shit. If you want a woman that loves you and you want a real righteous relationship that's beneficial as a man, you have to submit to God. You cannot go into this shit with an ego. Because ask Carmelo Anthony. Ask the countless men who got to pay all of this money to these women. And they thought that their money and their success was going to lock these hoes in, and that didn't even do it. If Jesus can't save me. With that being said, I'm about to sign out. Y'all have a wonderful day. Love, peace, respect, and bliss. Catch y'all on the flip side, man. Hello? Hey, Clarence.
What's up, my guy?
Now, I need your help, bro. Remember that girl we saw at the club about a couple weeks ago?
You talking about Club Atrocious?
We was at Club Atrocious. Yeah. Now, remember the girl
I hooked up with?
Hell no, you know I be drinking.
You don't remember? Okay. It was the girl that wore the legging dress. She had the natural quick weave.
Aquafina, nigga?
I knew you would know who I'm talking about. That's what I need your help with, man. She a great girl. I really like her. She cook. She clean. Man, she cook a hell of a pot roast. But it's one problem, man. One major problem, Clarence. And I think you can help me. Remember the other girl that you used to hang out with, Shaniqua?
Fish fry, nigga?
Yes, the girl that smelled like burnt pickle juice. The reason I'm asking you is because she smelled like, bro, like I said, she is the perfect girl. But making love, it smelled like we making love to the back of a PS4. Man, I was hitting it last night and it smelled like dead fish, Clarence. What am I supposed to do with that, man?
Bro, just do what I did. I bought my girl a Steam.
A Steam?
From Colombian Exchange.
From Colombian Exchange?
Every time, it's fresh as a whistle, my guy.
How much is it, man? This sounds expensive, a Boom Steam.
Under a dub.
It's only around $20. Ooh, okay. Man, you know me, I'm cheap as hell. They got any discounts running or anything?
Get 25% off now.
25%?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm doing the math right now.
Add it up.
Clarence, man, you a lifesaver, and what I gotta do?
Oh, it come with easy to read instructions.
Oh, it come with instructions and everything?
For shit show.
I'm happy that you know to go to Colombian Exchange, order a womb steam, and I'll get 25% off of it. No promo code needed.
It's basically a miracle.
Damn, Clarence, you a lifesaver, man. Hey, let's meet on Friday for fantasy football. I know football over, but I can't let it go, Clarence. I can't let it go.